Good morning, everyone. Good morning, good morning. How are we doing? Sorry, I'm long 82 and a half on three minis, and I am selling them here at 85 and I was trying to get three quarters. Let's see if I can get rid of them at 85 and a half. Nope, bastards. Nope. See, every time I offer, they keep offering over flat. So, anyway, that's not a bad little trade. 8 points on three. Good morning. So, this is a beautiful trading environment. Hey guys, hope you had a great weekend. Um, let's go through the. This is our zone. Our zone is 73.91, 75.11. We looked below, rotated back up, looked above, rotated back down. And we're working out 73.91 right now. Okay, we're underneath it. So for longer term traders, if this does not happen, right? You're looking for this poor low and this poor low. X, and I put that. If we don't get rotation back up, you'll come down and take this out, and you'll come down and take this out, and then there'll be the gap. Okay? Simple. In the meantime, if you're just a regular Joe like me, you want to trade back and forth, and we've got a beautiful big balance zone today. Okay? And I'm starting a little early because I got to run to the doctor's again. But you see there have been bids at this 73.82 level, right? And we just did a beautiful look below and fail. So I bought the 82s, put my stop here, and just sold the 85s, right? Buy the 82s, sell the 85s, and that's exactly what the market makers are doing. So this 86 level is the middle of the zone, okay? So they're bid under here, and here they're on the ask, right? So how do market makers make money? How does Jane Street make $16 billion in a year, right? Everybody goes, oh, they've got algos and blah, blah, blah. But all the algos in the world, if they're not programmed correctly, don't take into account the business. So what you do is you find a zone like this, and this is why balance works, right? It's cost basis. We're building a cost basis. The overnight point of control is here. This is where all your crap is priced, right? Don't get sucked into these market profile terms. I did for a decade until I figured it out, right? And what I figured out was market profile was built by a statistician, not by a businessman. A brilliant statistician, but instead of calling this a cost basis, he called it a value area. And then they talk about the point of control as being the fairest place to do business. Now, how the hell are you supposed to make any money off of that, right? You guys with me? You get what I'm saying? Awake? Yes? No? Maybe? Hey, Phil. Guys in the room, can you guys hear me? On YouTube, can you people hear me? Testing, testing. I know it's Monday morning. All right, let's see if we can get up to view up. You don't get it? You ever bought or any sold anything, Bella? Okay, if you buy 5 apples, Bella, and you pay 10 cents for them, if you can't hear me, refresh your YouTube, okay? Okay. So if you buy 5 apples and you pay 10 cents for them, you have a cost basis. And then you take that and you go and sell it for 20 cents, you've doubled your money. There you go. Do you understand that? Okay? So you pay this much, you pay between 79 and 86, and you sell it from 87 to 92. And all we do is just trade this back and forth, right? It's simple, right? It's simple. You don't have to worry about where the market's going, blah, 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 blah. You're all small retail traders, right? If you can make $300 to $500 a day, it's going to change your life. If you can keep the money you made, it's going to change your life even more, right? So you buy something, you sell it. You wait to buy it again, then you sell it again, right? It's simple, right? This business is one of the most simple businesses that has gotten so overcomplicated because people like to keep you in the dark so they can take your money and you make bad business decisions. That's why you have things like FOMO and tilt and people blowing up accounts and all of this nonsense that doesn't need to happen, right? If you learn a few simple trade setups, all you have to do, right, is to not be a knucklehead and wait for those setups to happen, then take the trade and manage your risk, right? So right here, for example, I know the wholesalers are selling into this. I know they're selling here. They're selling before VWAP. It most likely will come back down, but there's no trade for me right now, right? For me, there's no trade. If I was shorting, I'd be short here, and my stop would be here. I'd be looking to cover some here and here and here, right? Because this is what we call rotation. Do you guys see this? Here they stop selling. Here they start. Stop, start. Boom, 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 boom. Right? You guys might find this boring, but I bet you, right? I bet I can trade this back and forth and make 10 grand this morning if I didn't have to go to the doctor. If I was up a little earlier and I just trade this rotation, all I got to do is wait for the look below and fail, look below and fail, look below and fail. I could make 5, 10 grand without even breathing hard, right? It's a beautiful cost basis, right? And what's going on is if through the day, if we don't take out that overnight low, if we accept back over 73.91, right? Inventory is short, which means probably 80 to 90% of the volume's under Friday close, right? Right back up. This is why clearing firms make billions of dollars. You guys know what a clearing firm is? That's okay. I don't need to teach you that, right? Small, boring business makes a lot of money. A lot of money. Right? So if I had done the short, right, this is the look above and fail. This is the look below and fail. And what you're doing on the short is you need to establish, okay, there's a seller at 92, so I'm going to sell with them. And I'm going to sell with them until they stop selling. Right? So you sell the 92s and then you put buy orders down here. And you cover. Exactly. It's a place to acquire your merchandise. And while you're doing so, you can buy 79, sell 92. Right? You wait till it clears 79 and it shows that there are buyers underneath 80. And then you buy it. You don't screw around in the middle. Like right here, you don't initiate a trade here at 89 3/4. Do you guys understand that? So you're waiting for the edge of the cost basis. You don't need 100 points movement in NQ. And Bala, not to be rude, but if you're making 100 points a trade on the NQ, I'm a ballet dancer for the Bolshoi Ballet, right? I highly doubt you're making 100 points in the NQ. You've been sold a false bill of goods, right? A 100-point movement in the NQ is beyond 99.9% of your retail trading capability. There's no way you're just going to get your ass reamed out on stuff like that. And the trading community has sold you a false bill of goods. They make you think that seriously, if there's more than one retail trader listening to this broadcast who's making 100 points on the NQ, I am the principal male ballet dancer at the Bolshoi Ballet, right? Yeah, that's what marketing people show you, Bala. Now, do you know what street smart is? There's all these people who are going to try and sell you all this shit, and they're full of it, and they're just trying to take advantage of you. And they're not making 100 points on the NQ. They're charging people $300 or $200 to be in their trading room, and you get 1,000 people in your trading room paying you $300. Do the math. How much money are you making? You can trade and lose money, make money, whatever. You have constant, huge income. That's why we charge $19 a month, right? We're not making money off of you. We're just paying expenses. We're basically a free trading room where you're going to learn from someone who's been in the business for 34 years, right? You know, so you don't need to mess around with all this stuff, right? Trading education is not licensed, it's not regulated. So any dipshit can come along and say they're a trader and charge you a lot of money, right? And all that stuff, it's nonsense, right? Why do people try and get you to use the DOM? Because they don't know any better. None of those people are institutional traders. None of them have ever made a market. None of them have ever distributed 200 million shares of a stock over a 2-year period. None of them have ever orchestrated a short squeezed. They just don't have, it's okay. They all have, now those people are not charlatans, right? The ones you talk about. They're decent people and they're trying to help you guys out, right? but they overcomplicate things. And reading the DOM is really difficult if you don't understand how order flow works. So there's a lot of people, not the ones that you mentioned, but there are a lot of people. Now, I don't know about this blood guy, right? The blood, whatever his name is, right? Um, but he seems to be a nice enough guy and he's got good intentions. I don't know anything about him. But all of this stuff, all you need is a 1 minute chart, right? You can overcomplicate it, right? Here, there's a seller there. If the market moves over that price, it means the sellers have seen buyers, right? Here, they stop selling. If the market continues down, it means the sellers need to put price on sale. And you don't need a Tom to figure that out, right? They've taken the most simple, basic mechanics of trading and they've prostituted it where you need DOMs and footprints and book maps and nose prints and all this BS. Before 1995, none of this shit existed, right? How did people trade for 1,000 years and make hundreds of millions of dollars before the DOM was invented? Answer me that question, right? Time and sales is helpful if you're trading equities. And time and sales is cool in futures because what you can do with the futures is you can go, I use time and sales to tell me the speed of the market, right? So right now, if the market's moving fast, the time and sales is moving fast, like a speedometer. If it's slow, then its business is slow. It's not rocket science, folks. It's not rocket science. It really, really isn't, right? I'm not trying to beat up on those people. They have good intentions and they're successful, and I think that's great. But for the normal person off of the street, if you can't understand what's going on a 1 minute chart, the last thing you should be doing is looking at the DOM and the time and sales. Because all it's going to do is confuse you because you don't know how a DOM works. How can you trade the DOM if you don't know how it works? And I swear to God, 100% of you, there's not one person on this call right now, out of the 60 or whatever people who are on this call, who can tell me how a DOM works. There's not a single one of you who can. So why would you use something that you don't have any knowledge of? It's like giving a machine gun to a monkey, right? It's not going to end well, right? You need to look at the time of sale, right? If the candle ranges are slow and choppy, business is slow. Unfortunately, my friends, what they've done is they've gone and they've taken common sense, right? Simple common sense, like, the stove is hot, don't touch the stove, right? They've taken that and they've gotten rid of it. And they've convinced people through this brainwashing of marketing that they need all these things, right? Order flow software. What a joke, right? And they've convinced people that they need this because they need to get money out of you, right? Listen, I know something about marketing. If I can sell $200 million worth of stock over 18 months and get people to buy it, I think I know a little bit about marketing. Here comes London. Now what we're going to do, we're going to take this, right? And we're going to go sell it above VWAP. So if we stick VWAP at 96, don't short it, right? Since 1993, I've been getting people to buy stock that they don't know about or don't even need to. And my clients have profited in the billions of dollars by selling hundreds of millions of dollars worth of stock into poor, unsuspecting retail buying. So it's one thing I know is marketing. Oh, what is that software? I can't remember the name of it here. I'll look it up. It works really well. Nice work. There you go. 92 to 96. Beautiful trade, my friend. Beautiful. We want you to make money, right? That's all we want. We don't want to sell you things. We just want you to make money and be happy. Make a living. That's all you got to do. Is long. The smart money shorts have covered. The dumb money shorts have sold here, added here, and what are they doing now? Everyone's trying to cover at the same time in all the positions under 92. Now, if this continues, I put this out on Twitter about an hour ago. You're going to be looking for this. If we stick 92, 91 and a quarter, we will just rotate back up. And your target will be 75.11 for the week. So this trade and this trade are the same trades. You practice on the 1 minute chart, and then as you develop your skill, right, and you increase your earnings, then you can start taking larger trades like this. But learn how to do this first so you learn and teach yourself how to react. Teach yourself how to get out of bad situations quickly. That's training, right? Just like a pilot is trained when they hit turbulence. If the pilot came on and said, hey folks, we're going to hit some turbulence. I really don't know what to do. I'm going to read the book. Hang on for dear life. That's probably not going to instill a lot of confidence, right? But if you're trained, your training will kick in and you'll understand that the business is not working. Say if you were short 92 and it started offering higher, you'd cover. Yeah, sometimes YouTube, it has glitches. It's weird. So for the rest of the day, right? Oh, something else here. No, yeah, it's not a fair price. It's the position. Bala, do you know what a position is? So Bala, if you buy one share of stock at $2 and one share of stock at 1, what is your cost basis? Your position is you own 2 shares at $1.50, right? Do you understand that? That's what this is. There's no such thing as a fair price, right? There's a cost basis. And that's where market profile people have really screwed the pooch and really screwed up on teaching people common sense. What's fair? I mean, who cares if it's fair? This is how much they paid for it. This is how much they're selling it for. Do you get it? Do you understand what a cost basis is now? You buy one share at $1 and you buy one share at 2. What is your cost basis? You should know this. This is the number one thing as a trader. If you know what your cost basis is, $1.50 on 2 shares, right? You with me? Give me some sort of indication that you understand that basic concept. Because if you don't, you should stop trading for a bit and understand what a cost basis is. Because you understand that this is a market, right? It's a market. No, Moran, he never did. Okay? Good. Right. I want it to spill all the mystery. And folks, I've got to go to my doctor's appointment. I'm going to let you guys go a little early. Just trade that back and forth. Stay out of trouble. I'll be back at 9:15 or so this morning, UK time. And we will see you then, my friends. Till then, stay out of trouble. And just trade at the edges, okay? That's all you got to do. That's all you got to do is just trade the edges. Okay? Thanks, everyone. Have a great day. We'll see you at the next session. Bye for now.